Hey everyone, Angie here, and we are going to do about 45 minutes of yoga practice, an evening yoga practice. So if you're joining me, welcome. And if you don't have these props already, go ahead and grab 2 blocks and a strap, or just something as close to those props as you can find. And we're going to begin in a reclined position, actually. So take your time getting into a reclined position and just resting on the ground. Camera right here so you can see me. And once you go there, hug the knees into the chest, and we're just going to rock side to side, back and forth, releasing any tension through the lower back, relaxing through the shoulders, relaxing through the neck. And then from here, allow the feet to rest onto the ground. Allow the arms to rest on the ground as well. Maybe have the palms facing up toward the ceiling, toward the sky, in an effort to really bring that relaxation into the shoulders. Now, you could either have your legs extended here in that conventional Shavasana positioning, or you can take your feet further apart and then let the knees prop one another up, inner knee to give you a little lower back support without having to, muscularly hold the legs here in place so much. So just relaxing into this grounding position. Start noticing your rhythm of breath here. Noticing what parts of the body are moving with each breath that you take. So we just start checking in, is the breath located mostly in the chest here, or are we noticing that, we have this wave of breath rolling up and down the torso, which is what we're going for. Okay, so if you notice that the breath is mostly up here in the chest area, well then we just start bringing some awareness into the navel so that with each inhalation, there's some movement through the navel as it moves away from the spine. The chest stays relatively level. And then as you exhale, that navel moves slightly inward. Again, the chest stays about the same. Okay? We're just doing that for a few more rounds. Again, getting grounded in the body. Here we're just making that shift into a more mindful space so that we can reap the benefits, the de-stressing benefits of this practice. But we can also start to feel more relaxed through the physical body as well. Now is a good time to see if an intention comes up for you for your practice, and maybe to set that intention for yourself if it does. And so just sitting with a few more rounds of breath, just kind of sitting with that intention of eventually making your way out of this sort of beginning relaxation, beginning grounding exercise. Come the doggies. And so from here, hug this left knee into the chest when you're ready. Now you have the option of extending that right leg or keeping the right knee bent with the foot on the ground. That's up to you, either way. Now, if you do have your right leg extended, flex that foot and push energy through the heel of that foot, just so that the right leg is activated. Okay. Take a big breath in. As the breath flows out, we're just going to grab hold of the left knee with the right hand and just gently bring that knee across the midline. And then back to center as we inhale again. Exhale, grab hold of the knee in the left hand and just open that knee out to your left side. That's our pulse. We're going to do that several more times. Inhale, center. Grab hold of the knee with the right hand. Exhale, just a slight twist here as the knee moves across the body. Inhale, center. Grab hold, left hand. Exhale, open that knee out to your left side. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, right hand eases the knee across the midline of the body. And then center, left hand opens that knee out to the left side. Good job. Coming back to center here. Reach as high up toward the outer edge of your foot as you can. For some of us, we might be holding onto the ankle or the shin here. And then we're going to see about directing the sole of that foot up toward the sky or the ceiling if you're inside. Now notice my left knee is bent and I'm trying to bring that bent knee closer and closer toward the ground, but I want to do that while keeping my right hip and my right shoulder in contact with the earth. As soon as it starts to lift away, then we know, okay, we need to ease out of this happy baby pose so that we can be grounded through the right side of the body. Let's be here for 2 more breaths. And then releasing that foot. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So now we hug the right knee in. And again, you can keep this left knee bent. If you're extending that leg, go ahead and flex that foot. Flex your left foot so that you can send energy through the heel of the left foot out in front of you. Inhale. As you exhale, take that right knee into the left hand and draw the knee just slightly across the midline of your body. Good. Inhale back to center. Grab hold of that knee with the right hand. Exhale, open that knee out to your right side. We're still hugging that knee in. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knee just slightly crosses that midline to your left side. Back to center. Grab hold. Open that knee out to the right side. One more visit to each side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Knee moves across that midline again to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. And back to center. Reach up and grab the outer edge or as close to that outer edge as you can. And then start bringing the sole of that foot, which is flexed, toward being parallel with the ceiling or parallel with the sky. Right knee, as you can see, is bent, moving closer and closer to the right side of the ground without tipping to that right side. Keep that left hip, left shoulder in contact with the earth. Take 2 more breaths here. And release. So we're going to do a few roll-ups. If rolling up and back down are problematic for your lower back or your neck, then just roll onto your side and come to a sitting position from there. But if you're going to do the roll-ups with me, then grab hold of the legs. I like to actually hold behind my knees, kind of behind my thighs rather, here. And then as I inhale, I'm just going to come upright. And as I exhale, I'm going to go back down. So inhale, coming up. And you can keep your feet lifted or not. That's up to you. Exhale, moving down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, moving down. Try to stay off of the shoulders, off of the neck. Inhale, up. Exhale, press back. Last time coming up, we're going to stay up and see about coming up into boat pose. So maybe your feet are on the ground here. Maybe they're lifted. Maybe we can lift the shins to where they're closer to parallel to the ground. All right. You might have your hands resting behind you on the ground if you're working on strengthening that core. Or some of you folks might be able to reach your arms out in front of you. Okay, and do this kind of hands-free. Of course, you can extend the legs. We can go all the way to grabbing the big toes and lifting up that way. So really, this is one of those poses, really all the poses in yoga are like this, where, you know, there are so many different variations. Like I said, we could be here. And that's nice because it gives us all something that we can be practicing, that we can be working on. So one more breath wherever you are, and then slowly coming into a seated position. And so that we're all on the same page, let's have this left leg in front in this cross-legged positioning. So hey Cindy, hey Lee. Oh, trying to wave back. Great. So here's where we're going to set our blocks up on the sides of the body. You may or may not use them depending on how flexible you are in your side body. Because we're going to do just some nice side stretching, half moon stretch seated. So inhale and reach that right arm up. And then as you exhale, just set the left hand down on the ground and start moving into that side bend. Now it's really tempting for the right hip to come off of the ground here, you know, because then we can move a lot further over to the left side, but then we've lost the stretch. So do the best you can to keep that right hip on the ground. And if you can go a little bit deeper into the side bend, you might be able to put the elbow or forearm onto your block. So we just want to get as long as we can, rooting down through the right side, through the hip, at the same time extending up through the arm, through the fingers. One more breath, and then slowly coming back upright. Do the same thing on the other side. So have that block handy. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, right arm's on the ground, kind of in line with your hip. You can either stay on the hand or maybe bring the forearm to the block to see what's available to you. I don't think I told us on the first side, but you could either be looking down at the mat here on your right side, or you could be looking out in front of you, or you could spiral the left side of the chest up toward the ceiling and look upward. That's going to be your most challenging. Inhale, coming back upright. Bring your hands out in front of you. Exhale, and we're going to come into a seated forward fold here. So just breathing deeply, tuck the chin slightly to allow length in the neck. Relax through your shoulders, relax through your neck. Take one more breath wherever you are in your forward fold, and then slowly start to walk your hands back in as you come upright. A little more with forward folding. Tonight's practice could be very gentle, very low to the ground. So not a lot of, or really not any sun salutes tonight. We're going to extend that left leg out in front. Bring your arms back behind you, hands on the ground. And let this positioning just help you sit nice and tall. As you exhale again, coming into that forward fold, this is going to be felt in your inner thigh of that left side. And the toes of the left foot or the tips of the toes anyways, are angled up toward the sky. Breathing deeply. So forward folds are really nice to practice at night when we're winding down. They're very cooling poses, very calming poses. So I'm going to take a little twist here in this positioning. So inhale, reach your right arm up, and then exhale, start twisting toward that right side. So right hand will come back behind you on the ground or on the block. Left arm's going to come across the midline of the body and rest on that right leg. Breathing deeply, one more breath. And then slowly coming back to center, but then start turning the torso toward your extended left leg. And so here's where, you may or may not use the strap depending on how flexible you are here. But we're going to take a big breath in, and as the breath flows out, just folding over that leg using the strap or not. See what's available to you. making sure that even in the seated positioning where we're folding, we do not have the left knee locked. We want to have a micro bend in that knee the whole time. Really go after the hamstrings in tonight's session in an effort to bring more space into the lower back. That's going to provide for, hopefully, more relaxation through the lumbar area of the spine so that you can sleep easy tonight. One more breath. And then slowly making your way back upright. So, from here, we're going to be very careful as we come up onto this right knee and the left foot, okay? So use your hands to help you with that. We're going to kick this right foot back behind the knee and then line this right knee up with the inner edge of the left foot. Now, my right hand is going to line up with the right knee. It's going to be right underneath the shoulder, and my fingers are facing toward my right side. Now here I can keep my left arm down, or I could lift that arm up, straight up, and you can't see my hand, but my palm is turned toward the front of the mat. I might be looking up toward the sky. If I was a little more flexible here, I'd reach my arm over, just like we were doing in the side bends before. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then just start to bring your hands down to help protect that right knee as you come off of it. And we're just going to then change the leg positioning and do that same sequence on the other side. So first, we start out with our forward fold to get into this right inner thigh. So big breath in. As the breath flows out, bringing the hands in front of you. And again, the tips of the toes of this right foot are directed up towards the ceiling. A lot of times the foot, the toes will angle forward or back, and that changes the stretch. So we want to keep those tips of the toes directing up towards the sky. Slightly tucking the chin. Find that length of the neck. Breathing. Inner thighs, place where most of us hold a lot of tension. Take one more breath. And then start to walk the hands back in as you come upright. We're going to inhale, reach that left arm up. Exhale, twist toward your left side. Left hand comes back onto the ground behind you. Right arm comes across the body and rests on that left leg. Even here, the toes of the right foot directing upward. Every inhalation, we're extending through the spine. Every exhalation, twisting a little more deeply, relaxing through both shoulders. And then slowly coming back to center out of the twist. That was nice, twisting toward the sun. Then just turning the torso toward that extended right leg. Here you can lasso up that foot with a strap if you need to. Inhale, extend, exhale into your fold here over that leg. You don't have to hold on to the foot. You can have your hands on either side of the leg or resting on the leg. Whatever feels right here. Noticing the difference between taking this stretch, this pose on this side compared when we did it first on our left side. One more breath. And then using your hands just to slowly bring yourself back upright and back facing center. We're going to use our hands now to help us come into our stargazer. So we kick that left foot back behind the body. We're on the left hand. The fingers are facing towards the left side. Inner right foot lines up with my left knee. And then I just open, reaching up toward the sky or over in that side bend positioning with the arms. Just see again what's available to you. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly start to bring your hands back down, coming off of that knee, and being very safe about it in the process. Bring the feet together, bound angle. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale. As you exhale, again, folding over the legs. So here, we're trying to bring the chest closer and closer toward the feet. That's the direction that we are moving in. Breathing deeply wherever you are. 2 more breaths. And then slowly bringing yourself back upright. We're going to come onto the hands and the knees. And from here, let's take our first child's pose. So just reaching the hips back into that first child's pose. You can either have your forehead resting on the ground, or maybe stacked the fists and resting on stacked fists. We're going to be here for about 5 nice deep breaths. Kind of using this pose as a reset button for yourself. Really tuning in with the breath again. Getting that nice release through the lower back. Just feeling the gentle pressure of the abdomen pressing into the thighs as you inhale, moving away from the thighs as you exhale. Stay here for just a few more breaths longer. Spray, mosquito spray again. And then from there, slowly make your way back upright. We're going to come onto the hands and the knees. And especially if you took a wide stance with the knees for child's pose, make sure the knees are directly underneath your hips again. And then the hands, heels of the hands are going to be directly underneath the shoulders. And we just start in this sort of neutral positioning, but then we inhale and dog tilt the hips. And then exhale, pull the navel in as you cat tilt the hips forward, tucking your chin here. And again, inhale, dog tilt. Exhale, cat. And 3 more. Inhale, dog tilt. Exhale, cat. 2 more. Dog tilt. Exhale, cat. And last one. And then slowly coming back to that neutral positioning, coming back into a seated position. So now we're going to have the right leg in front of the left leg. And we're going to grab the strap here to do a little bit with shoulder opening. So inhale, reaching the arms up, and then exhale either halfway back or all the way back behind you. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale up, exhale lower. 4 more times. Inhale up. You can stop here, or maybe you can go all the way down without pain, without crunching. Popping up and then lower down. 3 more. Try to keep your shoulders as level as you can. Core is slightly activated to support this sitting pose, to support your lower back in this sitting pose. 1 more time up. Either halfway back or all the way back. And then inhale back up. And then exhale and lower. That strap off of the hands here. Take a big breath in. As the breath flows out, we're just going to fold over the legs in this crossing. This might be your dominant crossing, might be your non-dominant crossing. Just check in and see. Try to keep the sits bones grounded so they're not lifting off of the ground behind you. 1 more breath here. And then slowly start to press yourself back upright. So, going to recline again onto the ground. When we do, You want to have your strap handy and your blocks handy as well, because we'll be using those. So let's recline again, shall we? And let's do a little core strengthener to help us recline with this. And so again, just do the best you can. I'm going to keep my knees bent with just, my heels definitely on the ground, reaching my arms out. Inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to keep my core tight and lower with control down to the ground. Arms in the sky, inhale. Exhale, coming back upright. Good. Inhale, pause. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, pause. Exhale, coming up. Keep that going. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pause. Exhale, lifting up. 2 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pause. Exhale, lifting up. Last one. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pause. Exhale, lifting up. And then this time we get to stay down. Hug the knees. Into the chest. That's Jasper. Jasper. Hush. No, sir. He's our hound dog, as you can hear. As our neighbors can hear. Good. Now, from here, we're going to lower the feet back down to the ground. Have your block handy. We're going to press up into a few bridge pulses. Okay. And on the 5th bridge pulse, we're going to keep the hips lifted and either put the block flat under the sacrum or on its side under the sacrum to rest for restorative. So arms are down by our sides. We're going to keep the head to center the whole time. Heels hug close in toward the glutes. Inhale, press up. Keep your head to center. You feel that lengthening through the quads, fronts of the thighs. Exhale, lower back down. And again, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower. And 3 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, lift up. And exhale. Last time, inhale, lifting. And again, we're going to put that block under the sacrum, either on its side or as flat as it can be. And you want to do it in a way where you feel just a slight pull downward toward the tailbone. We have that little bit of traction, that lengthening through the lower back. And then while we're here, we're going to extend the right leg up. And then we're just circling this right foot around in one direction. And then a few times in the opposite direction, just bring some movement, some mobility into the ankle here. And then lower that leg down. Same thing other side, extend left leg, do those little circles with the feet at the